good for your brain, bad for your brain. Ultimately going to give you high blood sugar levels, which erode your blood vessels. You're going to have lower blood flow to your brain. 35,000 people. And they bring you happiness, and they bring you pleasure, and they bring you motivation, and they bring you drive.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We're discussing our brain health today, since it's something we all rely on, but don't always give enough thought to. We frequently prioritize eating healthily or staying physically strong. But what about mental health? In actuality, our daily routines have the power to either strengthen or gradually weaken our brain. Thus, these suggestions will be revolutionary whether your goal is to enhance concentration or memory, or just secure a healthy future. Let's get started. Habit 3. Avoiding processed foods and sugary drinks. Avoiding processed foods and sugary drinks is one of the most important habits for preserving brain function. Even though a lot of us want a quick snack or a sugary drink, these foods and beverages are some of the worst things that can cause brain damage. The issue with food processing. The body and mind suffer greatly from processed foods, which are frequently heavy in harmful fats, refined sugars, and additives. Over time, inflammation caused by these meals may affect brain function. Neurodegenerative illnesses, including Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, have been connected to chronic inflammation.
And then, this is where the US government got an F for the pandemic, loneliness accelerates dementia and brain problems. And so when they isolated us, the whole significant increase in brain problems. So get connected to other people. The I in Bright Minds is inflammation. So what increases inflammation? Low omega-3 fatty acid levels. And we are deficient. 93% of the population is deficient in omega-3 fatty acids. 93%. So all of us should be either eating more fish or...
For instance, diets heavy in trans fats, like baked goods, fried foods, and fast food, can raise the risk of cognitive decline and memory loss. Furthermore, these meals typically lack important nutrients that are critical for cognitive function, like antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamins B6, B12, and folic acid. An increased risk of anxiety, depression, and other mental health conditions might arise from a deficiency in these nutrients. The blood-brain barrier, which acts as a barrier to keep dangerous substances out of the brain, can also be weakened by eating processed meals. Sugar-filled beverages, a silent killer of the brain. Energy drinks, sodas, and sweetened coffee are examples of sugary beverages that are especially bad for the brain. These drinks raise blood sugar levels, which over time can harm blood vessels and lessen the blood flow to the brain. This speeds up cognitive deterioration in addition to raising the chance of stroke. Sugary beverages can also become addicting. They cause cravings and overindulgence by activating the reward center of the brain. Long-term usage can cause the brain to become desensitized to the pleasure they provide, which makes it more difficult to feel satisfied by more healthful sources like natural foods or exercise. Effects on brain health and weight. It's concerning how processed foods and sugary drinks affect weight. Studies show that 42% of Americans are fat and 72% are overweight. Brain size and function decline with increasing weight. Numerous studies, including one with more than 35,000 participants, have demonstrated this. Through decreased blood flow, elevated inflammation, and insulin resistance, which impacts the brain's capacity to use glucose as fuel. Obesity damages brain function. For this reason, cutting back on these unhealthy meals and drinks is essential to preserving both mental and physical health. The risk of mental health issues and brain degeneration can be considerably decreased by consuming more whole foods, such as fruits, vegetables, and lean meats.
I don't think there's a connection. I haven't read any research that says there's a connection between caffeine and dementia. There's a connection with sleep problems, and there's a connection with sleep problems and dementia. I think if you have like 100 milligrams a day of caffeine, it's probably fine. But one venti Starbucks coffee He's got 330 milligrams of caffeine.
Jesus.
And people just aren't thinking about the level of caffeine they're having in our society.
Habit 2. Prioritizing quality sleep. Despite being one of the most underappreciated aspects of brain health, sleep is essential for emotional stability, memory retention, and cognitive function. The brain can be severely harmed by inadequate or poor sleep, which can result in problems including mood swings, memory loss, decreased focus, and even long-term cognitive deterioration. Sleep and brain health. The science behind it. The brain goes through important restorative processes when we sleep. The elimination of waste materials and toxins from the brain, such as beta-amyloid, a protein associated with Alzheimer's disease, is one of the most crucial processes that takes place while you sleep. The glymphatic system, which activates during deep sleep, aids in this purification process. This system is disturbed by sleep deprivation, which permits these dangerous proteins to build up over time. Sleep is also essential for consolidating memories. The brain organizes and stores the data acquired during the day when we sleep, which improves memory retention and recall. Our capacity to absorb and remember new knowledge is weakened when we don't get enough sleep. The impact of lack of sleep. Anxiety, depression, and cognitive deterioration are among the mental health issues that have been connected to long-term sleep deprivation. According to studies, people who don't get enough sleep are more likely to feel bad, struggle to control their stress, and have trouble making decisions. Sleep deprivation can eventually lead to more severe illnesses, including dementia and other neurological diseases. Additionally, sleep loss impairs the brain's capacity to regulate impulse behavior and can result in unhealthy lifestyle choices, including overeating, inactivity, and increased sugar and caffeine intake. These decisions then worsen issues with brain health, resulting in a vicious cycle of physical and mental deterioration. Ways to enhance the quality of your sleep. It's critical to develop healthy sleep habits in order to prioritize getting enough good sleep. This includes keeping a regular sleep schedule, establishing a calming nighttime ritual, and making sure the sleeping environment is restful. It's also crucial to avoid screens at least an hour before bed, since blue light from electronics can disrupt the synthesis of melatonin, a hormone that controls sleep. Stress management is also crucial because it's a major factor in poor sleep quality. Methods like journaling, deep breathing exercises, and meditation can help soothe the mind and encourage sound sleep. Habit 1. Managing stress and mental health. Among all the behaviors that affect brain health, stress and mental health management is maybe the most crucial. Numerous physical and mental health issues can result from prolonged stress, but its effects on the brain are especially worrisome. Unchecked stress can have a devastating effect on mental health, causing everything from anxiety and depression to long-term cognitive deterioration. The perils of prolonged stress. In tiny levels, a hormone cortisol, which is released in response to chronic stress, aids in our ability to react to immediate dangers. However, cortisol levels stay high when stress becomes a regular part of our lives.
When my daughter Chloe was in second grade, I went to her classroom and I wrote 20 things on the board. And I went, separate them for me. Good for your brain, bad for your brain. 7-year-olds. They got 19 out of 20 right. So most people know. The only thing they got wrong was orange juice. They put it in the healthy category when, in fact, when is it rational to unwrap fruit sugar from its fiber source? Because it turns toxic in your body. So I'm not a fan of fruit juice. I'm a fan of fruit, not fruit juice. But so the bad category, hitting a soccer ball with your head,
which can harm our brains for a long time. The hippocampus, the part of the brain involved in memory and learning, has been demonstrated to atrophy in response to elevated cortisol levels. Decision-making, concentration, and memory retention issues may arise from this. Chronic stress can even eventually cause depression, anxiety disorders, and neurodegenerative illnesses like Alzheimer's. Additionally, stress has an impact on the prefrontal cortex of the brain, which is in charge of higher-order cognitive processes including planning, impulse control, and problem-solving. People who have prefrontal brain impairment may find it difficult to regulate their emotions, make logical judgments, and refrain from negative behaviors like binge eating or drug usage. Brain health and mental health issues. Brain function is also significantly impacted by mental health issues such as post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and depression. For instance, depression is linked to a decrease in brain volume, especially in regions involved in memory and emotion control. The brain's fear center, the amygdala, can become overactive due to anxiety, which results in persistent sensations of dread and uneasiness. Cognitive impairments, such trouble focusing, memory issues, and slower information processing, are common in people with mental health illnesses. These problems have the potential to drastically lower people's quality of life and make it more difficult for them to go about their everyday lives normally. The value of maintaining mental health. Adopting appropriate coping skills is crucial for stress management and mental health maintenance. Hobbies, meditation, and exercise can all help elevate mood and lower stress. To address more serious mental health conditions like unresolved trauma or persistent anxiety, therapy or counseling may occasionally be required. Additionally, social ties are essential for mental health. A higher incidence of dementia and other cognitive problems has been associated with social isolation and loneliness. People can lower stress and safeguard their brain health by cultivating solid relationships and maintaining contact with friends and family. Please hit the notification bell, subscribe for more videos like this one, and give this one a thumbs up if you found it useful. Tell me which habit you plan to start concentrating on first in the comments section. Be careful and maintain your mental acuity until the next time.